Welcome to the stream, and we're live. Awesome. Um, Bad news. I can't start immediately because iRacing, I only realized now, had an update, and the update's downloaded. It's busy installing. I can show you progress if you want to see that. Let's see if I go to. I can quickly capture that. It's frustrating because I genuinely thought that I'll be able to stream immediately because I did some laps yesterday, and if I remember correctly, and there wasn't an update. But I mean, it's one of those things. Yeah, I'm just going to do a window capture, and let's see if it'll show. Aha! So there's progress. That's what I'm looking at right now. So it's a bit frustrating for me, as I said. But yeah, progress is not bad. Meaning the download was like 600 and something meg for all the updates, and it's going to take another maybe minute or two, and then we can get cracking. So, while we wait for the update, what is today's stream about? What's my plan? So, it's not complicated. The big plan is this. I want to go to Road America, which is a very fast track, and I'm going to be taking the Dallara IR01. It is a open wheeler that was designed to represent what Dallara and iRacing believe is supposedly a modern top spec open wheeler, meaning something that competes similar to iRacing, to Formula One and IndyCar series. So, what does it have that's nice? A big fat V10 engine and lots of power, and it doesn't have much else, which is awesome because I'm not a huge fan of cars that's got too much of fancy tricks in there. One reason is it takes away from the driving skill, and the other one is it makes the cars too expensive, which is why we got so few teams in Formula One. So yeah, this is a nice new car. I did do maybe 5 laps when it was released a few months ago on the last build, and I never drove it ever again. One of the reasons is it seemed like it didn't agree with my steering wheel, meaning the old one, and it gave this weird wishy-washy feeling when you're switching direction. So at Barcelona, when you approaching the high-speed right-hander at the back straight, you normally enter left and then you flick to turn right. At that point, the car just felt like it was going wherever the hell it wanted to. So what I did was give up on the car completely, and I went into a Seto Corsa Competizione. I did stream one or two of my races, and now I'm revisiting it purely because I've got the new wheel, and in between the last stream where I drove like absolute poo, and now I've made a lot of settings changes to the steering wheel, and I'm hoping that it will get rid of that problem I had. I did check on iRacing's forums. It seems like I'm not the only one. There was a few other people that had the same issue. Okay, so update is halfway. I'm gonna have to talk more crap while we wait. So let's go through the plan. I'm going to jump into a test session or a practice session with several other drivers on track. Uh, there won't be a lot. There are probably going to be two or three, maybe five guys. And I'm going to have to just focus on doing a few laps in the beginning just to not spin and crash. Because the thing is, when you drive a car that you barely know, um, trying to go for lap times is stupid. What the hell? Got an email. And it's more important just to get the feel. Now, for me, the feel of the car is how the brakes is and how the throttle is. Everything else is it just comes automatic. If you can't brake smoothly and you can't apply the throttle smoothly, then you're probably going to spin and crash. Once I've got that, then it's not going to be difficult to get some speed out the car because I know the track. And I downloaded a setup from Major's Garage. Major's Garage provides, and I know I'm probably sounding like I've been sponsored by them, but I'm not. I wouldn't mind, uh, but I'm not. So anyway, so Major's Garage gives you a range. Ooh, the update's almost done. It seems like it's rushing through the last bit, which is awesome. Um, Major's Garage gives you a range of setups for most of the cars in iRacing. Um, I haven't been on this service much. I just jumped on the other day for McLaren F1 setup, and today for this Dallara setup. And I got setups that you don't pay for. They give you baseline setups for free, so you can take that and tweak it and make it even better. Or if you really want to, you can just pay some bucks and buy one from them that's been pre-done by some pro level drivers. I'm not going to bother with that since it's a car I don't know. I'm just going to take the baseline setup and focus on doing a few laps. And from what I experienced with the McLaren setup, their baseline setups are really, really good. Okay, so that's Major's Garage. I'm gonna now close my window capture since that's now pointless. Go to the main screen, and I'm just gonna show you. Let's see if I can do the other window capture. Aha, there's Major's Garage. And so yeah, these are the guys that you can go to get setups. As you can see, there's the one for the McLaren. Okay, let me close that and launch iRacing, because I think now that the update is done, I can get in. Okay, so there's two drivers in the one session and two drivers in another. I'm gonna go in the last session where there's two drivers and a lot more time. I will show you exactly what I mean so you can understand it. So if you go onto the iRacing website, that session there, that one, I'm going to be jumping in there. So I'm just going to launch that quickly. I'm not going to bother with any fancy analysis and telemetry or any other nonsense because it's early days. The main reason I want to test the car is not because I think it's cool to test new cars, which is obviously cool, but anyway. What I actually want to do is, I'm just going to bring the mic closer, is work out is this car something that I can drive long term. I've been searching for months and months for a series that I can get my teeth into that suits my style of driving, and I can see myself running a championship. And since my days of driving the Williams FW31, I haven't done a championship ever since. I did, I think, 3 championships back then, and since then I've done none because the car was removed from the service, and when it came back, it was not brought in as a Grand Prix series car for long. So now it's just a car that's been destined destined to the rubbish heap. Okay, good news. We loading up. Now where is my streaming stuff? Aha. That's something I've moaned about before. iRacing's loading times are nothing special. This track, I have to say, is not too bad for loading. But if you compare it to a Assetto Corsa Competizione, it's a big difference. Okay, so I've got iRacing set up so that each car is configured independently. So the problem is I need to configure the controls for this one. So first thing I have to do is get the steering wheel calibrated. It's boring as shit, but there's nothing else I can do. At least this is some sort of proof that I haven't driven the car with the new wheel. Okay, that's done. Ooh, shit. Almost messed up there. Okay, throttle. Auto clutch. Shifter 1. Shifter 2. Done. No gearbox. Don't care about look left and look right. And shift R for repair. And then pit lane speed limiter is the next one, which I always need to remember. That's that. And none of the other stuff for now is important. And then I'm gonna go and get my setup that I downloaded earlier on from Major's Garage. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Just want to chuck it into the iRacing folder so that I've got it available. Okay, so setup is loaded or installed. I just need to load it up on the car. Save, no, and there's the Major's Garage setup. Let's go check the fuel. Can't see it. Aha, I'm going to take a truckload of that fuel out, bring it down to 40 liters. Okay, this is going to be my first laps with the new steering wheel on the track. Just want to get my streaming window back in full view so that I can get cracking. Alright, let's rock and roll. Oh, this thing's force feedback is way too powerful. Damn it. It's gonna break the steering wheel off its mounting points if I don't hold it still. Check that. Damn. Yep, that will break. So I definitely need to go and adjust that. Yeah, the force feedback is set to a level that I don't drive it. I don't want damping and wheel force. I'm going to turn that to 18. That's better. Okay, there's something not right with the sound. Just want to get off the racing line so I don't block anyone. Okay, so I think the sound is sorted out. Just waiting. Yep, sound is sorted out. Awesome. Let's rock and roll. Now, apologies, this might take another few seconds until I get everything there the way I want. I need to drive height control and shift brackets. Let's try that again. I just want to get the height of the car where I think it should be. Let's drive. I'm gonna have to adjust that again. The steering wheel's forces are so powerful. Okay, the car looks amazing in that view. Oh yes, that look quality. Okay, I'm just gonna turn that force down. That's done. And then I'm gonna have to adjust that shift driver height. There we go. The car is very loose at the back. Okay, so I just learned something very, very basic there, and that is the car is throttle sensitive. It's also very sensitive on the brakes at the moment. I was trying my best to balance the car on the throttle through that corner. It wants to fly off the track anytime. I think like a millimeter more throttle and it's off. Like that. Like that. Damn it. This thing is a beast. Yeah, it seems like once you get just a couple more degrees of slip angle, it's gone. Downforce is massive. So that wasn't me being aggressive on the throttle on the exit. The car is just unstable at the rear. The thing is, I wasn't applying the throttle very suddenly. I tried to be gentle, and it felt like the back was bouncing, and then that was it. So I'm not sure if I need to make any setup changes or not, but one of the things I want to do is soften the rear suspension, and I think one of the ways to do that is to get into the settings. I can't see those damn settings. Okay, so rear spring. I'm going to soften the rear spring. And I think this perch offset I'll have to change. I'm going to soften the rear spring even more. Change the perch offset even more. There we go. Let's go again. The back wanted to let go again, but I was ready for it this time. Crap! That was the weirdest sensation ever through the steering wheel. It's almost like the car was trying to steer at the rear. It was like driving a forklift. I haven't even looked at lap times. I've decided it's pointless until I can even do one clean lap. A lap time comparison is a waste of time. But once I've done one or two clean laps, I'm going to put on the black box that shows the lap times just to see where I am. Obviously at the moment I'm way off the pace, which is fine. That felt a lot better. Well, any corner I take that I don't spin is better. Ran a fraction wide there. May have been a bit more than a fraction. Car is still trying to fight me there. And that's my first relatively clean lap. 142.7, no idea what that means. Carried a lot more speed through turn 3. It looks like it's turn 2, but on this track they call it turn 3. I lost all my time there because the rear's locked. It feels like I'm holding the car back. There's so much more potential that I can feel that it's capable of that I need to unlock. Woo! I had a 4-wheel drift through there. Okay, I've damaged the car. My optimal is a 40.0 if I'd completed the lap. You can see even from the external view where the car is twitching and going crazy. Okay, so I'm going to enable crew chief so he can now give me feedback. I'm starting to enjoy the feeling of the car, but it's difficult to explain. Where is iRacing? There we go.
Radio check.
Potter, radio check.
Thank you, crew chief. Now I'm just gonna go and change the settings so I can enable the black box. Okay. Black box up, black box down. Okay, cool. So I'm not going to do any other changes. Jump back in the car. Oh, actually I lied. I'm going to make one change. Just going to sit slightly higher in the car. Then I'm going to change the black box and show you the times. This is going to be the first time. So I'm in the 42s now with my optimal being low 40, and it will take me not too far off the guy in second place, but still way off the guy in first. So either way, I've got a long way to go.
Pit lane speed limit is 72 kilometers per hour. Looks like you're clear on the pit exit.
The problem is, I'm looking from my point of view into this carbon fiber thing. I'm supposed to have the carbon fiber thing lower so that I don't see the carbon fiber and I see the visor, the shield, and it's pissing me off that I can't get it set. Aha! That's better. Something like that. Okay. Okay, that's what happens when you try to watch yourself on the stream to see what the change looks like and you don't look at the real screen. Okay, let's see if I can focus now on doing some better laps. Okay, I wanted to feel the brakes if I push hard, how sensitive it is. It's very. Ooh. Ooh. That hurt. I could almost feel it in my ribs. If it was real, I would have been not very happy. Now, I just want to go and make a small change, I think, to the brakes. I want to move the bias a little bit more forward. On a track like this, you need, my opinion anyway, a bit more forward bias, especially for the tight hairpins when you brake heavily into it.
All clear on pit exit.
Seems like the lockup is a little bit better.
The guy in front has just done a 139.4.
139.4 with the guy in front, so that's going to be my new target lap time. I want to beat that. I feathered the throttle just a fraction from there. I think the car is damaged. Shit. Let's change the view and then we can be sure. Okay, clearly that's not what I want. TB3. No, it doesn't. I can't see from that. I'm not gonna bother wasting time. Where is my damn chat window? Aha.
Pit exit's clear, don't cross the white line.
There's a faster driver coming up. And looks like he went into the pits. Oof. It's gonna take some getting used to the whole brakes on this car and the way it feels as it locks up. I don't know, it's almost like it's got F1 power with GT3 brakes. Fuck off. It seems like you can't carry a lot of speed. The Williams carries a lot, it feels to me anyway, like it carries a lot of speed through there.
P4.
Okay, that's my best turn 1 and turn 3.
Sector 1 is 1.3, off the pace.
Oh, and I broke the car again. I'm trying to use my Formula 1 brake points, and it's not always working. Because with the Williams I could brake that late without lockup and I'd be fine. So I'm not sure why the brakes are locking up so much. I'm gonna go into the options and just check something. Yeah, it's not my pedal. Definitely not. I mean, if I press that amount, it's like 80%, 70%. So it shouldn't be locking. But it is, and it's pissing me off.
The pit exit's clear.
I mean, my optimal is a 39.6, but I can't get anywhere near that because I can't string a decent lap together. I'm just gonna have to brake earlier.
Fastest lap for Brown, 136.2.
Don't hit the wall! Don't! Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna drive it anyway and hope that there's no damage. Feels like there's no damage. That feels a lot better. It seems like very slow in and fast out works better. The rear's locked up again there. I somehow survived that.
Don't invalidate this lap, track limits.
I wasn't planning to exceed track limits. Hey, at least I learned that fourth gear is perfect for that corner. I had a slight oversteer moment there, but nothing serious. Still half a second up. No, you son of a bitch! That was my fastest lap. Not sure why, but the car let go at a place it didn't the last few laps. Oh man, I was on target for a 39.
Track limits, they'll invalidate this lap.
No, I think it's more than just invalidation. I think that's the car wrecked. That makes no sense. This is supposed to be the new damage model, and the car's got no damage. What the fuck? Anyway, okay, so I'm supposed to be in the 39s, but I'm not getting a clean lap in. And I'm confident if I just can do some clean laps and get further forward. But I have no idea why the brakes is so sensitive. It's the only thing I'm struggling with. The throttle I've got sorted, and handling through the corners are more or less got sorted, but the brakes makes no sense. I just need to figure it out. Brake. Oh. If I do that, I'm going to try this because I can't drive it with the brakes that are crazy, so I have to test something.
Your exit's clear. Don't cross the white line.
The first couple of corners are fine. I don't really feel anything different with the brakes, but I'm going to feel it now. Yep, that made a difference. It definitely feels better, that's for sure. I'm applying very similar brake pressure as before, but the big difference is it's not locking up. No! Oh! Okay, so in that outlap, I took my optimal time down to a
We'll need to pit for
39.0.
repairs. We've been called in by the stewards.
Okay, sorry stewards, I apologize for that. Okay, I broke the front wing. Okay, so I think I've got it fairly sorted, so I'm gonna now attempt not to crash.
The exit's clear. Stay behind the white line.
Wow, I can't believe it. I managed to break that much shorter distance without any lockout. Okay, here, well, that corner I still have to figure that out. Don't smash me, please! Yo! Because that means the entire outlap would have been ruined. I have to start again. If I can get a clean lap in, I'll be in the 38th according to my optimal. Let's see.
P5. Track limits, this lap will be deleted.
Bullshit, there was no track limits. Every now and then, crew chief has a moment, and that was one of them.
Sector 1 is 1.6 seconds off the pace.
Okay, this will be my fastest lap of the session. Yes, 39.6.
P6, that's your fastest lap. Sector 3 is 1.3 seconds off the pace.
Why is he blocking me?
Sector 1 is 2.5 off the pace.
Damn it! Okay, that's the only corner I'm struggling with. I mean, my optimal is a 38.8, so the potential is there to go faster. But for whatever reason, I'm struggling with one corner now. Yeah, he spun off in sympathy. I have no idea why the brakes are doing that. It's possible because I'm cresting and I'm applying the brakes as the car is cresting into the braking point that I'm losing the contact patch and the brakes lock. So the only thing I can think of is to brake earlier and then come off the brakes and brake again. I can't think of anything else for now. I don't think it's setup related because the brakes feel quite good everywhere else.
All clear on pit exit, you can push now.
Like that move, I just don't understand what's happening here. No. I caught it before it spun too much and hit the wall.
7th position.
Car is really good in the fast corners. It's just shit in the slower ones. For me anyway.
Sector 2 is 2.0 off the pace.
Woo. That wasn't fun. We were getting a screen error.
Sector 3 is 2.2 off the pace. The leader's just done at 134.7. The guy behind has just done at 145.2.
Okay. The quickest guy on the track is currently behind me.
You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Hey, the quickest guy is really quick. He caught up with me.
Sector 2 is 2.0 off the pace.
All right. Clear right.
No! Okay, I'm gonna go check the tires. Check what that feels like. I'm definitely improving, but man, it's difficult. Okay, good news. The tires don't wear like other car. A lot of... Okay. I'm just gonna go and check how long a race is with this car, so that I can work out how much of fuel you typically use in a race. So according to this, it's a 28 lap race. Okay, so if it's 28 lap race, let's go and check the forum that I can work out what is the typical race fuel they'll be running. I have no idea at the moment. Okay, let's see. They claim if you are lapping, because with the McLaren I could get to the 102, 103% no problem. I'm currently nowhere near there. Then they claim this is with race fuel from what I remember. And they got 3 types of tire compounds, which I didn't know about. Then let's see, there's the ride heights issue. They mention a whole bunch of other crap. They're not talking about pit stops, so I'm confused. Race fuel lap time 33.33. Wow, that's fast. Okay, so I'm gonna go check results and see if there's any races are the guys pitting. Then I'll know. You know, if any of these things make sense to me. Let's see. There's a race there. Nope, that's useless. That's too few guys. Let's go to a big one. Aha, that's a nice big race. It's actually split, which is even better. Okay, so the leader on that race, he pitted once on lap 16 out of 25 laps. So obviously pit stops is allowed. The second guy, okay, he crashed too many times.
The guy ahead's last lap time is a 1:38.5.
And then this guy who just passed me now, the fastest guy on track, James Chester's, he also pitted on lap 16. So I just want to go check his car and see what fuel old James is running. Or what tires he's running, sorry.
The leader has just done a 1:34.6.
Okay, so those look like white tires, whatever that means. I'm gonna go in the garage. I'll take my mediums off, put the softs. And just gonna do a few laps on the softs. I haven't tried that yet. Okay, let's see how that goes.
Pit exit's clear, push. Just done a 1:34.4.
No. This is going to be a long session of crashing.
All clear, push now.
I just want to reach that stage where I can do a decent stint of 10 or 15 laps without crashing. But it's so difficult, especially where the car does things that I don't expect. I'm so new to it that so many things are unpredictable. Like the brakes locked for no reason, I have no idea why. I was just like breathing on the pedal and it locked. But here I can stamp on it and nothing happens. it seems like going slower helps. I'm just gonna keep driving at this pace. Seems very slow and strange, but I'm gonna see what happens.
Sector 1 is 1.5 seconds off the pace.
Damn it, that...
Clear left. Car left. Clear left.
And I got into an accident as well, which I didn't want to. Try and replay that. Nope, can't see it. Gonna try again. I have no idea why the brakes is locking in that corner. It's the only thing I'm struggling with, and just about every time I get there, I have a moment. I'm gonna try one other thing. I made an adjustment here. Let's see if that helps. Last time that adjustment made a decent difference, so I increased it even further.
Your exit is clear. Watch the white line.
Just waiting for Michael to come past. Oh, Michael spun off. A fresh flying lap. Seems like I can brake slightly later into those two fast corners. I don't know if it's the brake adjustment that helped or it's the tires.
Track temperature is falling. It's now 39 Celsius.
Oh, that's good news. Colder the track, the faster I can drive. The car was threatening to send me into the wall there, but I managed to survive. That's my fastest lap.
Good lap, that's your best in the session. You're currently 5.0 off the leader's pace. Sector 3 is 1.8 off the pace. You're a second off the pace in Sector 1. Got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Well, I've definitely found a big chunk in Sector 1, that's for sure.
On your right, clear right.
Oh, okay. I was trying to follow him through there, that speed, and I was not even close. So what I found out is my setup, the downforce may be too high and my top speed is too low. Because this guy, he passed me, the guy behind us, he passed me like I was looking for parking. So I mean, I'm not the slowest driver anymore. I've slowly moved up a bit. But I can move up here. All I need is to get a setup that has highest top speed. It seems like I'm way off on that. And also, interestingly, my 7th gear is maximizing long before the end of the main straight. Nevertheless, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep driving with the current setup. But it's starting to get better. At least I'm setting some laps now. My optimal is
The pit exit is clear.
138.
Push now.
Just going to wait for James, Mr. Ninja. James locked up there. Nah, I felt it there for the first time. Now I realize what the problem is on that corner at least. There's a bump. And it's almost on turn in. And the moment I start to turn in on the bump, it upsets the car. But the good news is, if I just take I'll carry a little less speed, or preferably just keep it in third gear. I should be fine.
Sector 1 is 1.3 off the pace.
Oof, so difficult to take that flat out. Well, it was, it's
Sector 2
getting
is
easier.
1.4 off the pace.
This should be my fastest lap again. .138.7.
P9, that's your best lap in the session.
I had a tiny lockup on the right front, which I'll have to work on. But for now, I'm happy I can actually do relatively quick laps.
Sector 1 is 1.3 off the pace.
Okay, I tried to do what's his name, James did. In other words, have a big lockup and somehow go through there at incredible speed, but didn't work. Okay, so my best lap was a 138.7. My optimal is a 37.7, which means I'm fighting shitloads of time every time I drive. Okay, so I figured out a couple of things. One, it's possible that my top speed isn't as bad as I thought. The reason why James passed me like I was looking for parking was because I didn't take that corner flat out just prior to his overtake. He is. So if he's taking flat out, then I have to as well.
Sector 3 is 2.9 off the pace.
Turn 1 and turn 2 seems okay for now. So this is the corner I'm supposed to take flat out. And I did it, absolutely flat.
Sector 2 is 1.6 seconds off the pace.
Oh no. Oh, there goes that new damage model. It was gonna be a quick one. Would have been my fastest lap. Let's see the damage model in action. Oh, that's bad. Although this doesn't look like the new damage model, this looks like the old one. Because the new one would have broken all those front bits off to pieces. Okay, so I'm heading to the end of my session. I'm fairly satisfied compared to where I started. I was down here and I started progress up there. I need to get here somewhere, meaning 35s and 36s. I have no idea if these dudes up top are on race fuel or qualified. Okay, bad news. James, the absolute ninja up front, is on race fuel. So he's busy with a race stint or a race simulation. And he's lapping comfortably in the 34s. I think he won't have a problem lapping in the 34s, but overall 35s seem fine. So he's also running medium tires. Actually, that reminds me, let me check my tires. That's not bad. I mean, my front left with all the lockups and stuff still at 60%. And if I go through the laps I did, that's the crash lap. I did 4 laps, I think, more or less. The out lap, flying lap, a mistake lap, and the lap that I was on that would have been a good one, and I cocked it up, which it didn't even show you, I think. I don't know. I'll have to do a lot more research on which is a good strategy for this. But you can see my entire session consists of laps with nothing in between, meaning I was out, crash, start. Okay, so I'm gonna go and put those medium tires on, because I'm assuming that's what James is running. No, he's running the hards. I never even noticed the color of the tires. So I'm gonna put the mediums on. The first time I was on hards, then I went to softs, and now I'm on mediums.
It exits clear.
I had a look at James's I rating. I think his I rating is more than double mine, which is almost theoretically he's double the skill level of me. It also means he's a really, really good driver. But it's not just about pure pace. The I rating also shows he's a good racing driver. Being fast in it is one thing, but being a good racing driver is something else. So it seems like James the real deal. He can. I need to try and get to his level. So what he did there is what I used to do when I raced the FW31 Williams, and that is do more focusing on race stints and try and be consistent. Do a lot of times. A lot of laps with similar times. Doing what I was doing now where I go out, crash, is not what I'm used to. I don't like it. But with a new car, that's just how it is. So this is the longest I've ever driven this car. Like I said when I started the stream, I did
Sector
about
1 is 1.3 seconds.
maybe
off the
4 or
pace.
5 laps at Barcelona, and that was it. That's when the car was released. I never drove it again. And that's because I found out my steering wheel isn't quite compatible. And now that I know this one is, I can feel it. No! Oh, I felt that. Yep, the steering wheel is definitely compatible. I'm just gonna park the car before someone sees me.
Called into the pits for repairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to TV2. So basically what happened was I ran that fraction wide, got the left rear on the grass, and that's it, spares. That looks more like the new damage model. Alright, I'm just trying to do one more stint. If I can just get 3 or 4 clean laps in, I'll be done.
Intake exit is clear.
It seems like several of the guys that were in the session are gone. If I look at the time, it means they most probably went into a race. The thing is, this car does have good downforce, but what I can feel is with certain corners that I used to take
20 minutes.
flat out with the Williams, this car either is not capable or is damn close to the edge. Like this corner was easily flat out with the Williams. Just trying to keep it up the wall.
They'll delete this lap. Track limits.
No, they won't delete the lap. The thing is, you can probably see I took turn 1 at an incredible speed, which is how it's supposed to be. But turn 2, it's slightly tighter. I'm carrying a lot less speed in the car spins. I'm not sure why. It doesn't make sense to me, but it seems like the downforce drop-off on this car is very, very strange. It loses downforce much faster than I expected. Took it a little bit slower through turn 2, or sorry, turn 3. That right-hander, even though it seems straightforward, isn't.
Sector 1 is 1.5 seconds off the pace.
Couldn't take it flat out.
2.0 off the pace. 10 minutes of fuel remaining. The leader has just done a 134.4.
There, I managed to take turn 3 much faster. I just avoided the exit curb and it helped. Woo.
To watch the track limits.
I'm really watching the track limit.
15 minutes left.
That was easily flat out. Damn it, that was gonna be an absolute cracker. I managed to carry almost half a second more speed through that one sector just by taking that corner slightly faster. It just shows how much of potential is still in the car that I can't extract. The problem I've got is the impression I'm getting is my driving style is probably too aggressive, and the other one is the setup isn't right. It's not doing what I wanted to do. I've tweaked it a lot to get it to a point where I was spinning off almost every corner to now being able to do the odd clean lap. I mean, you can go see my lap times where I was in the 41s, now I'm in the 38s, and you can see I've actually done a couple of stints where I didn't crash, 2 laps in a row type of thing. Nothing consistent at all, but yeah, it's what it is.
Pit exit looks clear.
Now Andreas is coming past. So what I learned so far in this hour plus of driving is that this car is nice. I enjoy it. It's got the potential to be really fast. And as usual, there's some guys that have figured it out. One of them is in front of me right now. Then there's certain things about it that's not predictable. For me, I think part of it is understanding the downforce drop-off. in the really fast stuff the car has good grip, but in the medium to slow speed it's not linear. Also, based on what I experienced in this hour and a few minutes of driving, is that I've got a long road to follow to get to a point where I'm happy with saying I want to do a race. At this point, if I had to enter a race, all I'll do is crash and ruin my race, obviously, and as well as the races of other people. Trying to, the corners that I'm struggling with, take it just a bit slower so I can complete laps now.
Minutes to go, that's 10 minutes left.
That's not bad. Seems like the tires take more than a lap to switch on. Oh, damn it. Sorry, I wasn't trying to block you. Damn it.
10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Car right. Hold your line. Clear right.
Track limits, keep it within the lines.
I took that corner flat out and he still came past. Or he still almost passed me. I didn't even realize he was there. Wow. So my theory of taking flat out didn't work for shit.
The leader has just done a 134.2.
He had a moment there. No!
Track limits, this lap will be deleted.
Oh! I was actually on a good lap. That would have taken me into the
The leader's
37th.
just done a 134.2.
Piss off, because I would have been in the 37th because my optimal is 37.4 and that only changed on the lap I was busy with. I was 3/4 of a second up. And that would have just got me in the 37th, but I cocked it up because I was looking up at the top of the screen and messed up my concentration. So if I get it at 37th, I would have been up much closer to Marcello. The problem is, like I say, I'm supposed to be doing 35s on race fuel. And I've got a long way to go to get there. I must say, compared to when I was messing around with the McLaren the other day, my performance is a lot better. I feel like my consistency is improving. But every time I do 2 flying laps with the third one lined up, I cock it up.
The leader has just done a 134.0.
See, now he's just showing off, I have to say. That's impressive driving, really. And if I go to him, you can see he's on a qualifying run. That's what I'm seeing here. He probably thinks I'm on a qualifying run, but I'm not. And then if I go to
5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
now James, if I go to result, James is long gone. He left the server a while back. I mean, he was setting 34s and he was doing most of those times, these type of times on race fuel, which is absolutely incredible. Oh, Andreas has had a moment. Okay, so I'm just about done. I'm going to do one last run. I think I said that earlier, but I changed my mind. So this time I'm really going to do one last run. You can see the tires are rock solid. They're still in the 90s with everything that I was doing. So what I'm going to do now is, now that I've got the car more or less set up, I'm going to save this setup. Since I made so many changes, I'm going to remove all of that and put my initials there so I know it's my modded version. And then I'm going to take one of the iRacing setups and just check what downforce are they using, because according to this, the front wheel is 7. Excuse me. So I'm going to go take the iRacing setup, take the Road America setup, which is what they've got here. Take out the fuel like I did earlier on. Okay, you can see the front wheel is completely different. I'm going to take the tires, switch it to the medium. And then I'm going to test out the iRacing base model setup just for comparison and see if I'm going to learn anything.
Track's clear. Push, push, push.
Doesn't feel bad, I have to say. But then 2 corners is early. Whoa, the downforce is massive. That is massive difference. I can see immediately that this car's top speed with this setup is completely different.
Just 2 minutes. laps left, 2 minutes to go.
This setup feels a lot more forgiving. Just gonna leave some room for Andreas to go.
Left side. Clear left.
I'm not sure if it was my ping or his ping that caused that. But the car is definitely faster, that I can tell you. That is faster in a straight line. I don't know about the rest of it. Okay, so I was right about the downforce thing. Just gonna request a new car. Oh, that's me spinning the background. I hope you saw that. Okay, so this is my, finally now it's my last run. Because it was nice to try this a different setup. And now
Checker flags out, E9.
Oh!
Disengage limiter.
Pointless disengaging the limiter. The session's over. Okay, so after everything was said and done, I'm not completely useless. That's what I've realized. And if I could set the time that my potential showed based on my splits, I'd be further up. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to quit the session. I've got no choice because the session's over. And then I'm gonna go back and get back into iRacing. Just gonna quit that one. Now, you saw I was doing a 38 with a potential of a 37. So what I'm going to do, the final thing I'm going to do before I end the stream is do a direct comparison. I'm going to go into test session. I'm going to take the old Williams FW31 from 2009, pick the same circuit, which is Road America, and I'm going to just do a 2 or 3 lap stint with a setup from a while back and just give you a commentary of my feelings on the 2 cars that I just drove. I'm just going to try and get the force feedback, everything set up the way the other one is, because it feels, I have to say, quite good. I always enjoyed this track, especially with the F1 series. The biggest issue for me, like I mentioned when I did this start of the stream, was the car that I enjoyed the most isn't available on iRacing anymore in the Grand Prix series, which is an absolute pity. And that car was amazing on this track. Okay, track's almost loaded. Let's see if the controls are configured. I think they are. I've got a setup which I'm going to change. And there's a Road America setup. Just like with the other car, I'm going to half the fuel down to about like 23 or something. And then I'm going to go into the options and make sure the force feedback isn't turned up to that. I'm going to take it down to about there somewhere and make that 18. The rest I think is fine. The force feedback feels a lot lighter on this car. I do have it turned down a lot, but it's not fighting me. Whoa!
That's not right. It should be the other way up, I'm sure.
Yeah, I also think so. That is definitely not right. That's not
The
what's
stewards have
supposed to
called us
happen.
into the pits for repairs.
Let's get a replay of that. Yes, I'm getting the feeling that is not the correct racing line through there. I'm sure there must be a faster way. It's normally not like that. The Williams supposed to take that absolutely flat out. So why it didn't, I have no idea. The Williams does feel slower on the straights, there's no question about that. But it's far more controllable through the slow corners. The steering wheel, I can hold it at the correct angle without having that twitchy feeling. So maybe that's something I can adjust on the other car. I can brake so much later.
Track temperature's decreasing. It's now 49 Celsius.
49 is hot. That's probably why I can't take that corner flat out. This should get me into the 41s if I do a clean lap based on what I can see on the splits, I think. There was a slight lockup that cost me so much of time. pull back a fraction just to make sure I could take that corner. And there's a 40.2.
That lap was a 114.3.
I can get into the 39s, but that's it. The track temperature is way too high. That was close. Took it almost flat out. Nah, that's it. So I could get into the 38s. Maybe, but probably 39s. So to cut a long story short, if I jump back in the car and look at my splits, I did a 40 and I had the potential of getting into the 39s, but that's about it. So this car isn't too far off that fancy Dallara I was driving, except it handles so much better. It's incredible. You could see within 1 or 2 laps, I was lapping or turning and driving far better than the Dallara. I'm not sure what changes I'm going to make on the Dallara, but whatever it is, it will have to involve getting rid of some of the twitchiness. Okay, that's it for me. I'm out of here. I'm going to go. Let's check the time. Iron uniform and watch TV. And I'll be back hopefully on Thursday. Thanks for watching and see you on Thursday. Good night.